stay there. Just last time we went to school. I know there's more stuff we did. Wait, that's the wrong one. Let's not eliminated the bandits. Need to take care of that. We almost went to Vacuri, but not Vacuri, Pentel. But I stopped before then because I think because I wanted to check how to get both quests without without causing one of them to turn off. They might be mutually exclusive, but I don't know for certain. Oh yeah, sorry for the delay. I was troubleshooting my chatbot again. I did figure out what was happening this time though, so there's that. Now we are going to deal with the bandits. Because we're not going to go straight that way, we're going to go around to minimize the number of bandits we have to fight in one go, because I'm pretty sure they can still one-shot my squishy dude. You know, don't stop getting annoyed by 3 million Fioras. Give me a second. Sorry about that. This is just going over how the automatic doors work in Geneforge. They can't guarantee which ones, you have not seen, so we've already seen a plant door. So this is mostly useless to us. Okay, these all take one. I don't need gauntlets, so I'm gonna drop those. 3 living tools. Oh wait, there's the opening to the rest of the bandit woods. I knew there was one over here. Couldn't remember where. We're not going into the dry waste yet. For good reason. I want to at least cryo us before we do that. Agents like grave robbing. I do wish there was a way to confirm that you did or did not want to move. Annoying. There. Oh, that's gonna be a problem. Terrible luck with these hits. More coming. Don't remember how many servile bandits there are. It's a fair few, though. Yeah, that's why 3 billion came out at once, right next to the encampment. First my mechanics. Next level up, I'm definitely gonna have to put more points into there. I'm trying to... Alright, forget again. Ended up with a terrible round of misses again. Oh, that's why I don't normally do that this early. Already worn off. Gonna need to put more into blessing magic. There is no space there. Oh hey, speaking of levels. Yeah, or no, one more leadership there. Should last for a bit. I know the most leadership you need in the entire game is like 10. But I think that's only for one thing. I don't know what the next lowest rung of leadership is for. Just quietly snipe Gurk because I'm pretty sure he has javelins. Yep. Javelins are nasty. That's not what I... I don't think that's all of them, but I'm not sure. Yeah, there's probably still a few hiding out in the, dark there. Yeah, I think I cleared out the woods. I can't find anyone else, so I'm guessing that's clear. Yeah. Go tell, I think it was Brodus Blade about it. Sorry about the sniffles, the air is so full of pollen that it literally looks smoky out. It's really gross. Spring in the south is disgusting. And by quite a few, we mean all of the bandits. We murdered all of them. And we get a wand for that. I think the other... Okay, yeah. Generator has been destroyed. Oh right, I forgot to actually read his dialogue. I suspected as much. You have done good for us, Shaper. It is not enough to make up for all these years of neglect, but it is the start. You should go east now. We are scared, Shaper. Horrible forces are at work on this island. It offends my pride to have to ask you for help in such a way. But there it is. Please find out what is happening. So there's nothing else? Not yet, but soon I fear the dangers will return. I hope that before they do, you can solve the mystery, because we can't. We haven't yet the strength. And the Awakened never will. Spoilers, the Awakened disappear in the third game. Because turns out that when from the start you're being deliberately weakened by other factions, there's not much you can do when it inevitably fails. Or rather, when the Shapers, who are not exactly known for being, kind? Fall on you and have never been strong enough to stand up to them, it's a problem. sell some things, like these rings that are useless. So that's strength. Put the durable strength on. Sell those gemstones because they are heavy as hell. Yeah, acid thorns. I think you can sneak through Pental Woods without clearing it. This was once a heavy forest. The industrious serviles have been very busy here over the last century or so, cutting down the woods for their fires and homes. The forest is quiet now, however, and there are no serviles to be seen. It is very quiet. In fact, there is almost no sound at all. The noises of the birds and insects are strangely muted. Though there is no actual noise, there's still something in the air, an indefinable presence constantly itching at the back of your mind. Thoughts fly through the air around you, constantly intruding on your thoughts. It is not an unfamiliar feeling. You have experienced this before. You are in the presence of Vlish, quite a few of them. Vlish were created by the Shapers to communicate and to sense things. They are highly magical creatures, though frail. It would seem that a number of them have occupied this wood, and their minds are linked. Vlish are nasty. We're going to avoid them, because we do not have the power to handle Vlish. I say, immediately running into a Vlish. Oh, it's this variant Vlish round. We're gonna start running. There's a terrible Vlish in there. So, tab. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Okay, there. Let's try that again and not get caught this time. Flash. I think if you go all the way around the edge, stop pathfinding into the Vlish. They can get around them with minimal encounters, but it's tough. The Vlish are very, very nasty. Trident. hope I don't clear this area before getting to the exit. I have no clue where the exit is. Don't pathfind away from me. Okay, we should be able to get both quests this time. You enter the village of Pentel. It is quite a bit more than a village, actually. This was a large fort, probably the administrative center. Though you weren't sure at first, it's becoming clear that this island was once a major Shaper research center. Whatever caused your people to declare Suhia forbidden, it must have been very dramatic. As you enter, the effect on the serviles here is dramatic. They stare at you in awe, even considering reactions to you so far is remarkable. Some of them fall to their knees. One of the guards walks up to you, staring at the ground and shuffling his feet. Shaper, welcome to Pentel. In the name of the Obeyers, we welcome you. We are grateful that you have returned to rule and guidance at last. He walks back slowly, not daring to look directly at you. When you meet the gaze of one of these meek creatures, they look away. For once on this isle, you are meeting serviles who treat you like serviles us would do. There's Pixie. You meet a relatively happy servile, good-natured despite the horrors that surround her. When you approach, she switches from happiness to ecstasy.
The Shaper! Visiting me! I am honored. I am Pixley, the leader of the travelers, ones who move things about who roam the Hollow Isle. Sometimes to aid the Shapers, sometimes for ourselves. It is the greatest honor to meet a Shaper at last.
First things first, I have a message from Cole and Bakiri. He wants to resume trade with you.
Before you arrived, I would have said it would be futile, but you have done much to clear the route between here and there. Tell Cole that I will do my best to begin sending goods there. He must be patient, though. It will take time. There is much danger on these roads.
Have you seen a boat?
I wish I could meet your every need, Shaper, but I've never seen a boat. But one of my travelers told me that she saw a ship recently near this shore south of here.
She tells you how many days ago. Coincidentally, it was the same day you were attacked and swam to this island.
She was traveling through the tombs. To get there, go south through the Pentel Woods and then east. If you explore the shore, you might find something.
Travel around?
My ancestors were the ones who moved supplies around for the Shapers. We do the same thing now, keeping your routes of travel clear so that we may serve your kind the same way when you return. But since you have been traveling, you must know how dangerous our task is.
What's especially dangerous?
That's an easy one. It's the bridges. The river to the east is spanned by 2 bridges and they're both blocked. They're guarded by monsters and such. I've lost 2 travelers there, both killed. It's a sort of horrible thing we have been hoping the Shapers would rescue us from. If you were able to clear one of the bridges for us, we would be so thankful.
What's the north?
Desolate waste with rows and little else. Beware that area, Shaper. Not even my folk travel up there.
What's east?
First there is a river spanned by 2 bridges, crumbling but intact. Then heavy woods. You will find many road creations, but servile outposts as well. Some of them will aid you. Then the deadly area of Kaz, or swarming with takers. With a few jagged rocky peaks and then water again.
That's all for now, thanks. I think that quest is for clearing one, if not both of the bridges. If you don't have a name, so you're not who I'm looking for. Leave the barracks. Alright, click somewhere you pathfind there. think the serval I'm looking for is over here. No key. I think you get the key from joining the Obeyers. And both are marked, it's not ours, and I don't know if we'll be seen or not, so I'm not going to take the crystal. The other end of the pencil. I think she's out here somewhere. Natalie. There. The serval is young, but she moves as if she bears a heavy burden. Her hands show the sign of much work, but her robes are clean, indicating that she has been working inside for a while. When she sees you, she kneels. A single tear runs down her cheek. I heard, but did not dare believe. It is true. After all our waiting, you have returned to us. Welcome, Shaper. I am Natalie, head of the farmers. I have trained the servals as you would wish. Why are you so worn out? She bends lower, leaning closer to you for strength. Not long ago, my bondage was lost. His name was Hudge. He was cutting wood. A bush poisoned him, and he died. For a time, I questioned how the Shapers could abandon us. I wondered how they could let these things happen to us. In the end, Rydell came to me and told me how it was all for the best. He told me how you understood all and made sure it was all happening for a reason. It was a great comfort to me. Please, Shaper, forgive me for my doubts. Note that while so far we have been agreeing with the Awakened and the Takers, for this, she's not going to be comforted by this, and saying this isn't going to, like, bring back her husband. So, Rydell was right. I believe you. But at times, some of us, not me, you understand, but some of us question it. I do not. If you say how things must be, then that is how things must be. I know that now. What does it mean to be bonded? He was my mate. My love. Interesting. Though you knew that serviles were fertile and could reproduce, because it would be a waste of effort to magically create all that are needed, you never thought about their mating rituals and such. It isn't something the Shapers pay much attention to. I don't know if... Okay, there. Yeah, it looks like you can only clear one or the other. Too bad. Because she does give a nice ring if you... I think Godwin is the other one. Oh, whoops. Let's see what he had to say from the start. Oh, nope. Gone past it. What's all this wood for? Warmth, tools, cooking fires. Also, we're running out of space in Shaper buildings. We think we should try to make our own new buildings out of wood. We don't know if Sorrel's making buildings follows the true will of the Shapers. There is argument, but soon I think we will have no choice. Never seen a Sorrel woodsman before. No, cutting through trees and getting wood was one of the main things Shapers use as serviles for. Though that was a long time ago, I guess. That's why we make sure to train new woodsfolk down generation to generation. You must always be able to obey your will, though it's often been difficult. Nothing that'll surprise you. Rogues, foolish, lots of them in the woods to the south. They aren't tough, run a few us at them with axes so we could take them down quick. But then the next week they're back. They keep reappearing and we can't figure out from where. And he just asked us to get rid of the Blish. Maybe I scrambled up which ones had quests? Whatever. What you find in this library is simultaneously impressive and pitiful. This place is a monument to Serval's worship of Shapers. The shelves here are filled with scrolls. You pick up one and inspect it, then another. They are records, bureaucratic notes of the colony here before it was abandoned. They aren't the originals, though. They are copies, painstakingly made and kept legible by Serval scribes in case the Shapers ever return. The records are worthless, though. Whatever information they contained has been rendered obsolete and useless by years of abandonment. So much time has been wasted here just because Serval thought your people might wish it. At last you meet Serval who's doing the proper Serval act. Servals are generally used for record keeping and other less physically taxing jobs. They're too smart to be used for farming and too weak for fighting. This female shows you the respect and all that seems the norm here. Shaper, you inspect us at last. I'm Dana. Welcome to the Records Hall. I maintain it and train other Servals to maintain it. I hope it meets with your approval. Do you know much about this island? Very little. The records are, well, we don't really understand them, but I've gathered a little bit of knowledge. Tell me about the change juice. I know that they were discovered here. I have records of their construction and use. They are capable of rewriting the very code of life hidden deep within your being. The Shapers then stopped making them suddenly and fled the island. I do not know why. She looks at you closely. Shaper, you have been using them, haven't you? Though I've never seen one of you, you look strange to me. She fetches an old mirror, worn and cracked, and shows you your face. She is right. You have changed. There's a cold look in your eyes, and you think you can see a faint glow underneath your skin. Very strange. Why was it barred? Records tell us that huge amounts of supplies were moved around here, and many, many Shapers came and left. The most important Shapers were Defneal, Korada, and Dennett. What they were doing and why they left, I have no idea. I am so sorry. I can tell you, though, who keeps the good records. His name is Toivo. He is a file taker and Kaz. He jealously guards the most valuable records of the Shapers, even the locations of their most useful artifacts. To learn more, find him. And my ancestors were charged by the Shapers to keep the records of affairs on this island, and for years we have done that. It's been difficult pulling people away from hunting and farming, but we've always trained in order to keep these records. Sometimes they have rotted and been damaged, and we have recopied them. I'm sure everything here is intact and as the Shapers would wish it. I hope our work pleases you. Not enough people watching to really have a vote, so I'm just going to not make her feel like she has wasted her life doing nothing, even if that's technically the case. Like, these are one of the very few times that on a natural playthrough I will go against my usual fuck the Shapers attitude when talking to Serviles. Oh, thank you, Shaper. You are very kind. For so many years, so many of us have wondered if there was any sense in doing what we do. It is good to know that we were doing our Creator's will. We will redouble our efforts to make sure that the knowledge here stays intact. The right way I can help keep the records. And she's just asking us to bring her the Shaper's records item. Start doing that with the ones here. Free living tool. Get a small amount of experience, small amount of coins. I think it's I don't know how much experience per actually. I didn't bother to count. I think right now it's 6. But that drops to almost nothing very quickly. Or not almost nothing, actually nothing. It... Oh! Hey, McCall. I didn't even recognize that McCall Blade was the one I was talking to. I thought it was just a rando. Oops. Talking about the humans that have recently come. I don't think we've seen any of them yet. We have heard about them, possibly even heard the name of their leader. I will have to, you know, go badger the servant mines more. But that's what it is. I'm pretty sure we've heard trash cough. Ugh. Probably butchered that. Talking more about the spawners. He means that, by the way. You can very easily find out what they do with, dissension. It's not pretty. It's actually in this same area. Yep. Yep. This room has a number of blood spatters on the floor. They are quite dry, but they're not very old. Thorny wood, there's a bunch of serviles. Wondering if I should wait until we actually reach Kaz to start. The old Twitter vote, but that would be after a lot of plot, and it might be hard to change tack at that point. At least for the obeyers. I might do it just after talking to him. I don't think he has anything to say. Ow. You aren't used to seeing this complicated a mix of emotions in the face of a Sorrel. Normally they're simple, obedient, docile creatures. Not this one. You've seen his face the look of one who has spent many years in command, plotting and scheming, who has now come face to face with the thing he has worshipped for many years. Awe and cunning fight within him as he tries to decide how to deal with you. Finally he says, Shaper, I have heard of your arrival. I am awed and grateful that you have returned to us at last. I am Rido. I am the leader of the Obeyers, the only sect that has stayed steadfast and true in our obedience to your kind. We know that you are alone here and endangered by the rogue creations that surround us. We hope that you have come to assist us and to reward us for our obedience. He looks up at you expectantly. Where boat? Rydell looks startled. After centuries of waiting for Shapers to return, it did not occur to him that upon your return, you would immediately want to leave. Still he is obediently. I do not generally think of such things, but I heard Pixley speak of a boat recently. She is in town somewhere. What about the Obeyers? Gladly, Shaper. My life is centered around describing our beliefs. I think they will, upon reflection, be pleasing to you. We are dedicated to nothing but showing your kind the obedience we owe you as our creators. We hope one day that we will be able to convince you to ally with us. I am glad you asked, Shaper. We have attempted to maintain your structures and to keep ourselves trained in the skills you required of us. In addition, we have interfered as much as we can with the strange rogue servile sects around us. Interfered? How? However we could. We realized that if the Awakened or the Takers gained strength, their ideas might escape Sukiya Isle and infect others. So we have maintained the servants' minds, harassed their villages, kept them from needed supplies, and so on. For example, we have kept the servant mind-controlled floor to the west alive and well. This has helped keep Fakiri small and weak, and thus unable to seriously expand their anti-Shaper views. So yeah. Pendle has been strangling the other two villages very deliberately. This is the largest servile settlement on Sukiya. We have worked hard to make it so we want it to be ready for when Shaper's return. Still, the many threats we face have made our lot a difficult one. Have you obeyed in our absence? For each of the tasks the Shapers have the Serviles perform, we have one group which carries it out. We train each new generation to serve as their ancestors have served. Please, Shapers, speak with the Serviles here. Note their skill and loyalty, and see how it is made strong and prosperous. I think what made you strong and prosperous was deliberately strangling all the other ones, but you know, that's just me. What about rogues? And he offloads it to Mikhail Blade. At the very least, he says, I don't know enough about it because that's not my job. Which gives him a great deal more humility than the average human manager I've met. The Serviles of Pendle claim a total obedience to the Shapers. It is very strange what you find here. It's a lab, used for shaping new creations. It has been scrupulously maintained by the Serviles. It also looks like, despite the absence of Shapers for many years, this lab has been in use. The Serviles here seem to have been trying to use Shaper powers on their own. Very strange and worrying. This bears further investigation. Okay, yeah, let's learn Jaffe. You meet a Servile sage. You know that Serviles are often used as researchers and lab assistants. This one clearly aspires to be something more. You smell the sulfur stink of living Fioras. Welcome, Shaper, the old Servile says. I am Jaffe, of the Obeyers. I have been here long and learned much. I'm sure there is much you want to know about this isle. I can help you. What are you doing? What is this lab for? Do not fear, Shaper. I am not following the arts forbidden to us Serviles. I would never attempt to try to make my own creation. I have been trying to tame existing creations, to control rogues and have them fight for us instead of against us. I expose them to training, to beating, and to essence, and appeal to their natural obedience to true Shaper thoughts. Does it work? Yes, it does. Most of the rogues we capture do not survive the taming, but a few Alfioras have. They fight for us now in some places. We need all the force we can to survive what is against us. Sorry about that. And he just says, no, you're not an Obeyer. Buzz off. So yeah, there are a bunch of tamed Fioras here. Now we clear out the woods. What was that pathfinding? God, they keep pathfinding in the worst ways. There are a lot of things I will defend about this game. The pathfinding is not one of them. Pathfinding is terrible. Even if it does end in Three Stooges syndrome for the enemies as well as you. More than once I have won a fight because every enemy decided to use the same narrow hallway. This room is full of bones, all gnawed clean of meat. They haven't been here long. The smell of vinegar is heavy in the air. You think you can hear a soft gurgling and hissing through the door to the south. I don't think I have the strength to carry this without a lot of encumberment, but we'll see. Just under the requirement. Got some dire hit chances there. Or rather, dire RNG. I still don't know why spawners drop gemstones. Just weird. There it is. The bulk of this ledger details wood, shipment, harvest, prices. Survival is also often serve as record keepers for the shapers, which explains why this ledger is so neat and carefully maintained. Tucked between two of the pages, you can find the beginning of the letter. The name of the addressee has been smudged by moisture, but some words are legible. The fourth village has been sighted, and this one attacked one of the women. When the guards arrived, one of them struck it. Not long after being wounded, the thing let out a loud keen. I suspect the creatures support each other when assaulted. Very strange behavior. Who could have programmed them thus? It matters not at this point. We need more support. Yeah, the people here are extremely dead thanks to Blish. Terrible psychic death land squids. Be real nice if I could reload out of battle. Don't enter from this side because you will be destroyed immediately. Actually, I should probably go. Quickly turn in. Hey, I found the spawner, I killed it. Well, I was always told that the Shapers would help their creations, but I never thought I would see the day. Thank you, Shaper. I had doubted the wisdom of the Obeyers, but I never will again. I would like to teach you something of what I have learned. I would never dare, but from what I have heard, I think might be useful. You have to be quick to hurt Vlish. Here are some techniques I've learned. Gotham explains to you several techniques for launching quickly and getting the drop on potential opponents. His advice is very useful. He doesn't comment on how you landed on this island with almost no training, but he has clearly realized it. More quick action. Just additional chance to go first. What were you two of you pathfinding to? This wide open valley is surprisingly sunny and pleasant. It is filled with farms. There are many carefully marked and cultivated plots of land which grow the vegetables which are the staple of the servile diet. However, the arrival of the rogues has not been kind to this area. The crops are clearly neglected and have in places been torn up by the invaders. No serviles work the fields. You hear the distant lowing of confused abandoned orcs. The village of Pentel must have been much more affluent than Vakiri. The smaller village to the west had nowhere near as much agriculture. Don't know if you can read this, but you meet a demoralized servile soldier. He says that you should speak with Chesh, who is waiting by the fire. That's not an easy name to say. Maybe it's supposed to be Kesh? Band of serviles have clearly had a hard time of it lately. They are exhausted and demoralized, and this, their leader, seems the weakest and most fatigued of all. Yet, though he's trembling and almost asleep at his feet, the moment he sees you, his energy seems to return on him. He puts his hand on the pommel of the sword, drops to his knees, and bows his head. I had not even dared to hope. I had heard the rumors, but I welcome you, Shaper. I place myself and my men at your disposal. I'm Shesh Blade of the village of Pentel. We are isolated now, trapped and separated from home. Our losses haven't been great, but hopefully now that you are here, the tide will turn. These are the fields where Pentel grows all of its food, or was, until the rogues swept in from the north and blocked the city gates. Now it is ruin, eagerly awaiting the wisdom of the Shapers to set right. Tell me. The west gate of Pentel is to the northeast, however it is blocked. There is a strong force of rogues here in a good defensive position, and none of our forces have been adequate to defeat the blockade. Their forces will sound meager to your ears. It's perhaps 10 Thads and half a dozen Artilla. Thads provide a buffer, while the Artilla acid sears any who approach. Perhaps we might dislodge them, but at ruinous cost to ourselves, a cost we can't afford. Of course, with your help, I'm sure that we could smash them easily. Why not clear the gate now? He examines you carefully. Perhaps he's trying to gauge how strong you are. His faith in you might not be as absolute as it seems. We will shape her, but perhaps not yet. As I said, their position is very strong. Perhaps we might dislodge them, but at ruinous cost to ourselves. And he just repeats that. I'm not going to force him to, because what's the point? Okay, yeah, now I have enough essence to make an Artilla. Oh, wait. Yeah, these are from the dead. Consume Thad. Let's see how well this goes. No. Why? There. Give me the goo. Cure effects. Finally. Finally. Oh, huh. It didn't go all the way down there. Gotta get the heal gunk. From here, you can see a large and ugly symptom of the troubles in this area. The west approach to Pentel is closed by a blockade. Wait, why is it suddenly silent? There are a lot of Thads and Artillas. They sit there waiting patiently. Bones on the ground testify to fate of which awaits any who try to pass them. Though they are mere creations and not a very advanced sort of creation at that, you will have difficulty dealing with these sorts of numbers without great guile or assistance. 1 moment, gotta save. Because I've just noticed that music has cut out and I don't know why. Why did you cut out? Should have had enough for more time. Whatever. There. I think that if we stay relatively... Where's the enemy? I don't see what you're talking... Okay, there. Oh my god. Pathfinding is so bad. Out of essence. Okay, yeah, I've cleared out most of the gate here. I think there's still a few wandering loose. Not going through the junkyard yet. We're gonna have to... Oh, they just clear out without... Fine, fine. I see how it is. I'm going to turn in the immediate quest, and then I'm gonna have to stop because painkillers are wearing off and it's getting really hard to focus. More so than usual. Sorry if anyone wanted to hang around. More, this is really distracting and it hurts a lot. I don't like it. Make it stop. Etc. I cleared the west gate. I know, and I am so grateful. Now we can start to repair the damage, and we can grow food and survive, all thanks to you. I have something here. It belonged to my bonded once. Now I want to give it to you. She hands you a ring. It is very precious to me, but the only thing that would make me value it more is if you had it. Thank you. And that gives you a fair bit of experience. We're putting this on, we're not taking it off for a while. If ever. Improve stats. I'm just... Oh no, I'm gonna put some to... No, 2 into blessing. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Oh wait, no. Gotta go tell that other Serval about, trading, buddy. And then we're going to stop, and I'm just going to lie down with a heating pack on my face, because... Or find something that could be like that. Damn it, Pixely, she wants to trade. Free living tools is extremely good. I'm going to have to dump like half of them on the dirt, though, because they also weigh a pound each. I am lugging around a toddler in living tools. Well, let me fix that real fast. There. Now. Anyway, thanks for joining the stream. I'm completely given up on trying to stream on Thursdays because something always happens. So, next Tuesday at 2, hopefully I'll be able to stream for a full 2 hours by then. I promise nothing, but I hope. Thanks for watching. If you missed part of the stream, they do go on my YouTube channel, linked in the description of the channel. And that's all. Bye.